Hello there, Rabbi. And to our viewers, I promise this is going to make sense in a second. Um, Recently, I've become more and more aware with the drop in temperatures of the homeless who are constantly looking for some way to stay warm, especially in the middle of the night. I've had several occasions, long story, to go into a fast food restaurant or some other place that's open 24 hours, and it is chock full of people who can't afford housing, who would otherwise be sleeping in cars or outside, buying their little 50-cent sodas or their French fries or whatever it is that they can afford to purchase in order to justify sitting in a warm restaurant overnight. So that's obviously a tragedy. And Rabbi, you are now going to explain your background.
We all watch on the news about the homeless, and we hear that heating centers are opened up and then they're closed during the day and opened only at night. And during heat waves, there were cooling centers. They're opened and then closed. And then people are forced back on the street again. And we keep shuffling these people around. We keep ignoring these people. And people are dying on our streets because we're not providing affordable housing or jobs or training, whatever we may look at. We have a very large homeless population. And now I'm watching the latest campaign are turtles that are too cold and they're being revived and then they're being moved to Florida. It's absolutely infuriating that our country, our citizens are willing to donate millions of dollars to allegedly save cold turtles, yet we're willing to let human beings freeze to death and die on our streets, or move them to another part of the city so we don't have to be aware. Yet we're having all this video of turtles being revived because they're too cold and they may not survive. I am all for the turtles. Joe, I'm all for saving the porpoises. I'm all for saving whales. I'm all for saving seals. They have a place. I believe, however, that human beings should move up the ladder and at least have an equal place with cold turtles. And I think that's what bothers me, that we're willing to do more for a cold turtle or a baby seal or a porpoise than we are for our fellow human beings who are dying on our streets from hunger, from the cold. I think that's what's so disturbing. You don't have to move them to the top of the list. Let's give equal time to human beings that we're giving to the animals.
Well, it's not the poor animals' fault. Whereas all those homeless people say should all go out and get jobs and make something of themselves. It's their fault they're out there, isn't it?
And I think that summarizes the problem because our population believes that these people are to be blamed for the situation they're in. Yet study after study indicates that a mass number of our population is only one check away from homelessness. Look it up. I think we have a problem with compassion for human beings, and we seem to want to gravitate to save the animals. I'm not asking to give more money. I'm not asking for more of anything. Just let's consider a human being as important as a turtle.
And for all those people who want to turn a blind eye, most people still don't realize, and I never see this statistic popularized anymore, that at least one out of every six homeless persons is a veteran.
And having served with 40 years with the VA, that's disturbing beyond the charts. The needle goes off the disturbing chart that we're letting our veterans commit suicide and die on the streets because we don't want to put the resources we need into it because seals are cute. A veteran lying on the street just isn't cute, Joe.
No, it isn't, Rabbi. And as always, you have the right idea. Now all we have to do is figure out how to get you in charge. Thanks as always for your advice and perspective. And let's hope when we see somebody homeless, we don't turn a blind eye. We don't have to necessarily hand out money to panhandlers, but we have to start looking for solutions. And there are a lot of them, starting with the voting booth and ending with charities that support the homeless and help them.
For those watching and listening, let's look at our politicians. Let's look at the budget. Let's look at the way resources are allocated. And when it comes to donating money for a veterans organization or to save a cold turtle, I hope you'll save one of our veterans because they're saving us.